Okay, want to start the call out tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. It is November 4th, and I cannot tell you how excited I am tonight because we had Brandy Foss on. Let me just tell you about Brandy. Now, Brandy said this morning that I know we haven't known each other very long, and if I want to get someone else, some input, but I don't need to because Brandy is just one of those people that you just love from the get-go. Like right when you meet her, you love her. And I met her at the Kentucky Lakes Boot Camp. I was a speaker at that camp. And right when I was registering and walked in, Sharon Rankin introduced us. And I did not know who she was. She was very gracious. She was kind. She said hello. After I did my talk, she came up and she grabbed my arm and she said, I didn't know you before this, but I will never forget you now. And
Hmm.
I can't tell you, she made me feel important. She made me feel seen. And it was like, who does that? Who goes out of their way to someone they don't really know and make them feel that special? So Brandy is just one of those people that I just immediately was attracted to her. Um, Everything she said was golden. Like in our side conversation, just absolutely golden. So when I asked her, when I found out we need to get a speaker, she was the first person that came to my mind. And so I reached out to her and graciously immediately said, absolutely. So she said the way she likes being introduced, I can tell you that she's married to Ken. She's got four daughters. She joined this business in 2003, became NMD in 2010. She won the Elton Awards, 100 Club winner. But she likes to be introduced with what she likes, what I like about her, what I love about her, and what I respect about her. What I like about her is her smile. She is like radiant. Like she brightens a room. And I was actually driving today and it was a beautiful fall day and the sun was shining on this beautiful tree that was like just glowing. And I thought, that's Brandy. That's her. She glows and she's beauty. I mean, just inside and out. So that's what I like about her. What I love about her is how she lifts up everybody she's around. She is on a mission to make everybody feel confident, make everybody feel valued. I love that about her. I mean, you cannot be around her without picking up her attitude and her compassion. She just pours into people. What I respect about her is her resilience and her willingness to help. She says she wakes up every morning on what can I do today and always do your best. She is willing to pour in her message. I left her a message this morning about, can't wait to see you tonight. And her statement was, she got back on and said, I can't wait to pour into your team.
Hmm.
I mean, I respect that. She's just I love her dearly. So and Brandy, I want you to know how much you've impacted me in the short few months that I have met you. Even after the boot camp, I'm on the retreat out in San Diego, and she was just like we were great friends. It wasn't, oh yeah, I think I met you. You just make everybody feel important. So I wanted to thank you for that.
Well,
Is
thank you.
is
What
there
an
anything you want to add to that? The intro
I
about you.
no, no. I mean, I always say, and I think it was the title tonight. I'm an ordinary girl who's done some extraordinary things, and you can too, right? At the end of the day, I am no different than anybody else. You know what? I mean, and that's really it. That's the only difference between somebody who just signs their partner application and somebody who gets to PMD plus is we've gotten a lot more no's, right? Resilience is a great word to use. Don't think we haven't went through ups and downs and all arounds, right? Like it's probably been one of the most, sometimes I say magical roller coaster, and another time I'm like, can we get off this roller coaster? Right? I mean, that's really it, right? So, this is about long ball, not the short game, the long ball game, right? And so, I'm excited to be with you guys tonight. Uh, for those of you who don't know me, I mean, probably one of the words that I would describe myself is I'm all heart, right? I'm a firm believer. I feel like God handpicked me to be inside this marketing plan. I wasn't searching for anything. I was a happy nurse, really, at the time. I was the first person from either side of my family to graduate from high school. I mean, well, from college. My mom didn't graduate from high school. My dad did. He was the first person from his both sides of his family to graduate from high school. And so when I became a nurse, um, it was a big deal for my family, right? But I'll share with you, I didn't have fulfillment. I kind of really did it out of spite. I loved being a nurse, but I really only became a nurse because I took the ACT and did really bad on it. And I didn't take it once, I took it 4 times. And Nikki, you probably can remember me talking about this years ago. I'd cry. I was so ashamed to even tell any of you guys what I got on my ACT. Um, but the reality of it is my parents didn't prep me to go to college. I only said yes to go to college because my friends were going to college, right? So I just I was like follow the leader, right? They took the ACT, I took the ACT, and I got a letter back from the ACT. I wish I had it, honest to God. It was really what changed the direction of my life. It basically said that this is Brandy's words that college really wasn't going to be for me, that I needed to do something different because I didn't score well on the ACT. I got a 14, 14, 15, 15. And you know what? Um I got into multiple nursing schools, but I had to go the long route. Uh the reality is I had to go the long route. So I started out at a community college and got on the dean's list and then went on to a bigger college and I didn't like that college. College life really wasn't for me. Um, and then I got accepted into nursing school. But I really got into nursing school because of my work ethic and who I was in high school. My teacher went to bat for me. She knew somebody at a Jewish School of Nursing in St. Louis and it was because of her that they even looked at me because for whatever reason they were still looking at this stupid ACT score. Now, you know, like let's really be honest. I mean, I graduated in 93 from high school. So I think about it today, all my girls, 3 out of the 4 have taken the ACT. Actually, it doesn't even matter anymore about the ACT, right? Um, but the whole point of this, you all, is this. I remember saying yes to this only to offset the cost of my product. And I said yes because one of my best friends invited me in after I said, sign me, Ken, and Kaylee up on the product. And she's like, why don't you pay the $50 and become a partner? And I crossed my arms. I was like, no, I'm not a pharmaceutical sales rep. I'm a nurse. I'm supposed to be taking care of sick people, right? Um, but it was the $130 paycheck that came 2 weeks later that got my attention. $130, you guys, because my brain all of a sudden then went to, well, what if? What if I could help 5 people a month? The snowball effect, the compound effect of $100, right? And I share this with you. I didn't even plan on sharing this tonight, but my point of sharing this though is I remember sitting down with one of my dear friends who I met in this business, writing my NMD speech. And even in the moment, I didn't feel smart enough, right? Like it was those stories that we tell ourselves just is so doggone silly. And I remember Laura saying, Brandy, like, because I wrote it without her and I cried and I was like, there's nothing inspiring about this. Who wants to listen to this? Like, this is silly. So she kind of interviewed me, right? But through that, I still didn't feel smart enough, right? I almost felt like I was a fraud. So I think tonight where I really want to go with you is this. I do believe that you have been handpicked to do extraordinary things. It wasn't an accident that you signed your Juice Plus partnership application. It's not an accident that you showed up tonight. It's not an accident that you wake up every day to eat Juice Plus, right? I think so often what happens is we hit roadblocks, right? And then we start kind of tweaking the story a bit, right? Kind of like I tweaked the story when I did fine, in high school. Uh, but when the ACT came, then I really was like, oh, I really kind of am dumb, right? But here's where it lies. What are those things hidden that we've stuffed and didn't feel good enough? Well, when I think about Juice Plus in this business, this ministry for the last 22 years, I would say that every pain I ever walked through, I don't think it paralyzed me, but it definitely was painful. But this business has been able to help me work through those pains to be more on purpose. And every time I set a pain free, I release somebody else. And that's what I think is so amazing. The day I stood on stage in Kansas City, I mean, I cried. I was like so embarrassed that I was about to tell everybody what I got on the ACT, right? After it, the whole front stage was had people, and they just said, "This was such a blessing. You just set me free." I was one of those people too, right? So what is the story that you're telling yourself? Recently, um, I don't even know why I'm going here, but I'm going here today. Um, I got to be on the phone with Skylar Stevenson this afternoon. And he said something pretty profound. I actually think it was at conference in Indianapolis when he said it. And if it wasn't there, I mean, it was repeated again today, not by him, but by one of my mentors. And he had said, last September, a bomb went off in the Juice Plus company. What did we do? Right? I know what I did. I don't know what you guys did. And at one point I got down on my knees and I surrendered. I was like, Lord, take the wheel, right? Like, why? Why? But here's what I also know. This past September, another bomb went off, and it was a bomb of confetti, right? We have an opportunity right now to rewrite our story. Some of you might be listening tonight and are brand new. Welcome. Welcome, right? I'm glad you're here for the confetti. I really am, right? But over these last 22 years, this is what I want you guys to know. I never knew the things that were going to happen. And I'm proud to say these. So I'm going to say this. 22 years ago, if somebody would have told me that I was going to be a mom of four, I would have said they were absolutely off their rocking chair, right? Because because the story that I was told by my doctor was I was going to struggle having babies if I would ever get pregnant, right? 22 years ago, signing that application, if somebody would have told me, hey, Brandy, one day you're going to be a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, I'm really not for sure how to sign that application. Because you know what? I wasn't a business major, right? I know I'm a relationship builder, and that is exactly what this business is. Um, but I didn't know it at the time. If somebody would have told me 22 years ago that I would be leading a global team, I wouldn't have believed them. I would have told them to shut the front door. And if somebody would have said, hey, Brandy, you're going to become a six-figure income earner, I probably would have walked away. I never dreamt of being a six-figure income earner. You see, I really did achieve a lot of things through my work ethic, through caring and sharing, right? But at the end of the day, I come out this direction. I don't know, the Lord led me here tonight because I think it's time to rewrite our story. You are worthy and you have been handpicked. And this is a personal growth disguised as a business. That I will really say that, right? This is a know as you grow business, and it's okay not to be a know-it-all. This is what I know. There's 24 of you on the call tonight. Each one of you, I believe you're all on the same team. Is that a correct statement?
Yes.
What if we all leaned in and used each other's gifts? Instead of Jennifer trying to be Brandy's gift and Brandy trying to be Jennifer's gift, what if we leaned into each other's gifts? The team would be way more magnificent, right? And that's where I'm at today. I'm not here to put you in Brandy Foss's box. My encouragement today is to remember why you said yes. Maybe it was you signed the application yesterday, right? Or you clicked the link. I know for Nikki and I mean, Nikki's been around a lot longer, but I said it today, man. I loved it. Like 22 years ago, I bought a fax machine. It's right behind me, actually, as I speak. Um, and sometimes I wish we could go back to the fax machine. Right? But that's not where we are anymore, right? Like we're going to new heights. And with new heights does come, I'm going to say some growing pains at times, right? And there's no comfort when it comes to growing. And sometimes it's easier maybe to stand and be a little bit fearful. But I promise you, the next time you're feeling angst or you're feeling fearful, I ask that you reach into your upline success team because they got you. They got you. I promise. Right? So, Jennifer, I don't ask some questions. Like, I don't even know why I started out that way, but I did tonight. Uh,
Because God led you to that, and you've said some very valuable things. And you told me this morning that you're just going to let God take over and do it. So, and you're doing that. So we appreciate that. So I did gather some questions. And so what type of events are you doing currently? Like what is driving your business forward for creativity, and what are you doing?
yeah. So I did not know that a gut health product was coming, but for the last 2 years, for whatever reason, I tell you, God has his hand all over this project. It's been all gut health related events for
Mhm.
whatever reason, right? So I have mastered sourdough. Um, I love doing it today. I didn't like doing it. I didn't. I think I attended like 9 classes before it finally sunk in. And the ninth class is when my oldest daughter, Kaylee, invited me to come along with her. And I always say, when your daughter asks you to do something, you just do it, right? And it was that last one that just clicked, right? But I just love, you know what? My motto is always leave somebody better than you found them, right? And so, um, even during that season when I was learning sourdough and gut health, I actually was hosting a monthly healthy happy hour, happy healthy hour, healthy happy hour, happy healthy hour, whatever you want to call it. Um, and I always had a featured topic, right? And people loved that, right? So, um, I'm trying to think of the different, like we did label reading one night. We did, I would bring guest speakers in. Now, I always had my Juice Plus display up, always. I'm proud of that Juice Plus display. But I would always shine somebody for about 15 minutes, right? So that was another thing that I did quite often. Um, my number one virtual event is the One Simple Change event that you can find on boards.
Mhm.
There's a script that goes right along with the PowerPoint. I don't even know what the script says, but it reminded me of when I got started 22 years ago. And here's probably the golden nugget that I'd share with you. What is it that brings you joy? I would tell you events is what's going to grow your business. And an event is when two or more people gather, right? That is the definition of an event. But what event brings you joy? I can share with you the first 10 years in my business, I did the same presentation over and over and over and over, right? That's duplicatable. So when I bring on a new person today, we do the one simple change presentation, right? Because I can share the PowerPoint. There's notes to follow.
I still use that too. That's a great presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you've got a young team. I know you've got your girls on. How are you attracting so many young adults? And when you have them, what kind of events are you doing with them? Like what speaks to them? Is it live events? Is it casual events? Is it structured events? Are they Zoom events? What is speaking to that younger generation?
Yeah. So, I will share with you that my team ranges from 18 to 88. I know you say I have a younger team. We're working on it, right? Because three of my daughters, who are 18, 20, and 23, are a part of that team. Um, and if Kaylee was standing right next to me right now, she'd say they don't get it at this age. Um, right? Because if you think about it, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, they're resilient. They're not having any aches or pains. So they don't want to really admit that there's things going on because they are getting some diagnoses, right? That younger and younger and younger, right? That's really what got my attention 22 years ago was those statistics. Um, so for my Kaylee, she does like doing in person, and we do a lot of Zooms, right? I mean, we do, but it's the one simple change.
So same presentation, even with the younger group.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're here to educate, right? We're here to bring the facts. And she's in the middle of her master's right now, and it's a beautiful thing because even with this gut health product, she had a gut health class during the summer, right? So it all aligns. So for her, she's doing exactly what I've done, right? And Now, she's got a social media presence. Uh, so she will do things on social media a little bit different than me. Used to she'd go more live. I got my 18-year-old going more live, doing lives with me, or the reality of it is they've reeled me into the TikTok world. I do not have TikTok, but they're surely using me on TikTok. So, they, at the end of the day, I always say, if you throw enough mud at the wall, something eventually is going to stick.
And that was one of my next question is how do you utilize social media? So you're not on TikTok, but your kids are.
Yeah.
Um, what
So
what do you normally use? Because it sounds like you're going every direction with it.
Yeah, so you guys, again, it's not, in my opinion, it's like, what are you going to master? So I'm on Facebook. I have an Instagram presence only because Facebook connects to Instagram.
Mhm.
That's the only reason. Um, and I know, the other day I got made fun of by Kennedy on TikTok. She's like, she's old, she's on Facebook. But you know what? I think any platform that you build an audience is going to work. So what platform do you want to use? And so for me, you guys might be thinking, well, how do you do it? And I haven't even posted today. Yeah, I did on my stories actually. Uh, Here's what I'm gonna say. What do you want to be known for? So I had been doing this for a long time and I didn't get into social media. Honestly, if it wasn't for Jamie Kinsey, I don't know if I ever would have gotten on social media. I'm trying to think. Like it was way past national marketing director, y'all, before I ever got on social media. I thought it was silly, personally. But then I was like, all right, how can I brand myself? What does Brandy Foss represent? I represent fun. I represent faith. I represent fruits and vegetables. I represent family. Um, so here's what I did. And I kind of still try to do it to this day, right? What are the 5 things that represent you? On Mondays, I look at Mondays as Motivation Monday. If you go back and I actually just checked right last night, I mean for the longest every Monday you'll see I put a quote out there. All right? Tuesdays, Um, for a season, I wish we could go back to it. I'm working on it. I went to a local produce store here and we did Taste Test Tuesday, where I literally would taste test a fruit or vegetable and we would talk about the health facts of that fruit or vegetable, right? You could do T for team building. It doesn't matter what T stands for you. Wednesday, I always focus Wednesdays on Wellness Wednesday. What kind of tip can you give on a Wednesday, right? Thursday, I'm a Tower Garden farmer, and for a long time I would do Tower Talk Thursday because I always went to the farm on Thursdays. I haven't been going to the farm on Thursdays, so you don't see those lives anymore. And then on Friday, I look at it as family, faith, fun, and then I just sprinkle things in here or there, right? So like today, I do try to post something on my page once a day, but if I don't, I make sure that I really am on stories. So I did actually post today about sourdough because there's a sourdough workshop on Thursday. So that's kind of me and how I do it. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's
Well, I
putting
love your rhythm. I love how you have that. So it's consistency, brings in consistency, and it builds your image. It builds who you represent. And with having that theme, I love that every day of the week. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like I kind of got out of sorts after we left conference and I felt like I was posting super biome every day and I probably was and it's okay and I'll still do it because it's like when you think about social media, it's like a moving parade. You really don't know who's seeing it and it's kind of funny. Here like I just put a video out about my daughter. She got accepted into nursing school at Mizzou. It's had over 10,000 views. Well, here's what I'm going to share with y'all. That right there tells me people are watching my social media.
mhm.
Doesn't matter if somebody likes it or comments, people are seeing it, whether they're doing it or not. So just keep doing it.
Right. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to ask one last question 'cause I think that's all we have time for. But I think it's a really important question as you were talking about. It's been a tough year. And I have to say, corporate has been amazing because they know they dropped. I mean, Skylar said that at the Buckeye boot camp too. Uh, they know what they've done, but it had to be done in order for us to move forward. And they are really hand holding us. So if anybody's out there frustrated, understand that corporate has got our back. I mean, they've proven that to me many times, especially in this past year. So, how do you, as a leader, I love when you said you wake up every morning and, what are you going to do? You're just going to do your best. And you wake up with this good attitude. Forget what happened yesterday. Let's just look at today. Let's look forward. How do you motivate your stalled partners, whether they're stalled? I mean, I was sales coordinator for 10 years. Doesn't mean I didn't love Juice Plus. I was just stalled and it wasn't my time. How do you motivate those stalled partners besides just you always being infectious and happy and bubbly? And how do you motivate them?
Yeah. I don't think I'm here to motivate. I think I'm here to empower, and I think actions speak louder than words. So at the end of the day, um, it really is loving and hugging on people, right? And holding the space, just like you said it. You sat for 10 years as a sales coordinator, right? There's a lot of growth that took place, whether you knew it or not, in those moments, right? Until you made a decision. And so no matter where you're at or how long it's taken you, the reality of it is be patient, right? If you want to change the way your business looks, change your action. Ask yourself, would you follow you? Right? And so recently I was challenged to bring on 5 new partners in 60 days. And I said yes, and I giggled because I never have brought in 5 partners in 22 years. But guess what? I did it. It's a mindset shift at the end of the day, right? Um, in fact, I am going to Camelback in January for those of you guys who are familiar with that, but it's not because I had my heart set on that trip. I fell in love with helping my team,
Mhm.
right? So let's not like steer back from the back office. Let's lean into the back office because it really does tell you a lot of information. And to hear what happened today, every one of us who has QSCs inside of our team, it's a new month. Anybody can get qualified in 1 month's time. And they have an opportunity now because it doesn't end this month. November, if they qualify, and December, if they qualify, they get a $500 bonus. How cool is that? So it's a beautiful time to reignite. And I'm not going to buy the story of it's the holiday season.
Right.
Y'all, we are hope. Let's give the gift of hope to people. And that hope can be through health, it could be through finances, it can be through community at the end of the day, right? It's time to rewrite our story. It's time to become somebody maybe that you never knew was possible. Because you know why? Because there's the Jennifer and there's the Nikki, and I don't know who all the other national marketing directors are, but here's what I know. Somebody believed in them before they believed in themselves, and now they're holding the space for you. They believe in you before you believe in yourself. And that's what we do. That's what we do. So let's rewrite the story. Let's go into action. You guys, never has there been a time where we all could show up to Punta Cana, all by doing high payoff activity, building your customer base, bringing in team, helping them go from partner plus to QSC into a qualified business into sales coordinator, right?
Mhm. Absolutely.
It's a complete new beginning. This super biome is changing lives. So if you haven't ordered that product, it starts with you because that's your new beginning. Become the product of the product. And when you become the product of the product, your health story is going to change and it's going to become so contagious that you can't keep it to yourself, right? I mean, same thing with your with business. Like it's easy for me to go say, "All right, guys, for the next 9 months, let's 511." You know why? I didn't know it at the time, but when I was sitting at Q for 4 years, I sat at qualifying national marketing director for 4 years. But I wanted to take my children on a 2 week vacation and pay cash. And at that time, if you did what was called the 5-1, 5 new customers a month, 1 new partner, you would get a $100 bonus the first month, and then each consecutive month after that, you'd get a $200 bonus. I did that for 19 months straight so I could pay cash for my family's vacation. What I didn't know was this, that 5-1 for 19 months straight would propel our team into national marketing director, right? When you help enough people get what they want, you will be blessed way bigger beside your wildest dreams. So let's fall in love with helping other people and not just getting somebody to get on the product, educate them to get them to stay, right? To become a raving fan, and those raving fans can become team members, right? And let's not just have them become a team member. Let's help them get a paycheck. Let's help them truly offset, cover their costs. Because when one gets a health experience with the product, they never stop eating it, right? When one gets a financial reward, a decent paycheck that gets their attention, right? Mine was $130. I didn't say yes to make money. I said yes to offset my costs, and it covered our family's product from the very beginning. That got me excited to go bless others, right? And so when you help somebody get a paycheck, it builds trust. And when somebody has a paycheck coming in, that's going to duplicate too. Let's not make it about us. Let's make it about everybody else and go change the world one person at a time.
That's awesome. And that's what you do each and every day with everybody you meet. You bless them and you empower them. I like that. Don't motivate, empower. And you did that to me at that boot camp. And just those words just meant the world to me. So we appreciate you being on the call. If everybody can unmute themselves and just thank her because she said this morning, can't wait to pour into your team. And that's exactly what she's done. So we greatly appreciate you, Brandy. If there's anything we can ever do for your team, you just let us know because you've blessed us beyond words.
You
And
bet.
Jennifer, just really quickly, next Tuesday is Transformation Tuesday for anybody who wants just mindset stuff on Tuesday. And then the following Tuesday is tips and tools for the mechanics. So that's what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. And Brandy, yay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brandy.
For your
Thank you,
ask.
Thanks,
Brandy.
Brandy.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you,
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
So, have
Bye,
a blessed week,
everybody.
everybody.
You
You
too.
too. Thank you.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.